All right, day 18 already. You guys are cruising along. So today I want to kind of switch gears a little bit. We're going to, not focus on recruiting. We're not going to focus on sales. We're going to talk about the MVP of your business, the most valuable product of your business. What could that possibly be? Honestly, it's samples. It's anything that you can get the customer or a person to experience because Sensi is such an experience driven product. You need to experience to really be able to just understand it and to be able to know the quality of it. So samples, we're going to not only just learn how to make samples because making samples is important, but it does no good if they don't ever get into the hands of somebody else. So we're going to challenge you to make samples where you can purchase samples, but it's getting those samples into somebody's hands so that they can experience the Sensi products. So I want to just share with you a wide variety of samples of what you can do. So again, our Sensi Bars, super, super simple. You can just break off a cube and put it into a packet, and I simply just label it with what fragrance it is so that I can give it away. I make other samples. I'm all out. I have to make some more, but I use like the Sensi molds. You can use any silicone mold and simply just melt the wax into it. There's a couple easy ways that you can do it. One is I simply just chop up my wax and I fill up into each of the holes here, and I just put it in my oven on warm. So it only takes about 4 or 5 minutes until the wax is all completely melted. I take it out, I let it solidify, and I just pop them right out. Another easy way is you could just take a hair dryer, break up the wax, just chop it up with a knife, and put it into the molds, and take a hair dryer and blow dry it, and so that it melts, and then you can be done with it as well. There's felt samples. If you don't want to give a large sample or make your own samples, something super simple is just melting the wax in your own warmer, taking some felt, cutting it up into strips, and all you're going to simply do is just dip it into that wax and then lay it down flat on some wax paper and then let it dry, and then you're going to be able to label it and be able to let people experience it, and you can let them know there's a cute little flyer that I could put up as well, but this is just a felt sample, so it's just for you to get a sense of what the smell is going to last. It's not going to last as long as what a wax cubed sample would be, but it's a great way for people to be able to experience certain fragrances. Other samples that I like to do, if you've been a consultant for a while, most likely you have some extra testers, our party testers and our mini testers. A great way to use these, to get these out for you, is simply, I just pop them in the freezer, let them freeze, and then I simply just kind of bang on them and the wax will come right out. The mini testers, you do have to push a little bit harder on it. They are a little bit harder to get out. But even though the fragrance may be discontinued, a customer or a potential customer can still experience the amazing fragrance, how long a fragrance lasts. They can experience the quality of it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a current fragrance, but they can still enjoy an amazing fragrance. And especially your customers who already know how great Sensi is. It's an awesome, awesome thank you. Just, hey, I'm thinking of you. Here's some samples I thought you might enjoy just to try out. Other samples that I love being able to give samples besides our wax. I love our laundry samples because everybody needs to do laundry. And so we've got our laundry liquid. You can also get laundry conditioner. I love, love, love to make up my washer whip samples. And I use the bags from the Sensi family store. You can use any jewelry bag. You can find them at any craft store. Walmart will carry them as well. I just simply put a scoop of the washer whiffs in the bag, and then I print up just this cute little label that just gives the instructions and also what fragrance it is, so that they know how to use it, so that they are experiencing a different product. So if I have customers that always buy the wax, I want to introduce them to another line of our products, and so I will use our laundry samples. Or a great one is our skin line, our body and our hand cream. I love being able to give different samples out. Our groom samples and our skin samples, so that everyone can somebody can experience all of the fragrances in our skin line or all of the fragrances in the groom line as well. So how to make samples your MVP is, again, getting them into the hands of different people. I love samples because it makes it really, really easy for me to follow up with my customers. I can simply call up my customers and say, oh, hey, I was wondering, how did you like that fragrance, that sun-kissed citrus fragrance? Then if they say, oh, I loved it, then I can say, you know what? I'm so glad to hear you say that because I just made some samples of sun-kissed citrus in our washer whiffs, and I would love to be able to send you some, or I can drop it by the next time I'm around. So it's an easy way that I can follow up with somebody. So if anybody orders any product that is available in any of the laundry line, I always lead with following up with my customers with one of those laundry samples, because it's a great way for me. I already know they love the fragrance, so now they can try it in a different form and see if, you know, I can maybe get additional sales in that area. But it's a great way that I can just call my customers instead of just saying, oh, hey, I'm just checking on you kind of thing, but I can also give them something so that I know that they're going to be excited to see me or excited to receive something in the mail from me. So the challenge for you today is to come up with 10 samples. You can come up with any samples you want. If you want to do it in the wax form, if you want to do it in the washer whiffs, you can purchase these from the Sensi family store, but I'm going to have you not do that this time because I want you to get your 10 samples ASAP, so as soon as possible. So get some washer whiff samples or make up some wax samples. They don't have to be this big. You can do a super small with those felts because you can really get a lot of samples out to people with that. So that is your challenge for today, is to come up, make at least 10 samples and get them ready to go. So good luck with your challenge, guys.